Morning, guys. How are you? I can see everyone's here. I'm going to put my glasses on because my screen is a little bit far away from me, and I want to just sort of start, seeing what everyone's saying on about. So how are we going? Are we all ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to do some classes for the year? It's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be really, really great. I'm just on a little bit early just so that reminder goes out to the world that I'm on and that people can start coming. I have got another computer over there which Teacup will watch. So hi Tanya, hi Nana, how's everyone? I wanted to let everyone know up front that I'm not, during this whole class, like every week, I'm not going to be sort of really interacting with people too much. If I do interact with people, it's just going to make the classes go way longer, and people are going to be like saying, shut up Annette, I just want to paint. Okay, so hi Tiffany. So if I don't read your name, hi Carol, hi Beach Baby, hi Joanne, look, I can't stop myself, hi Marlene. So hi Bona Noche, can't say it right, you know what I mean. Hi Glamour. So I have another computer which is open, that Teacup is going to read the messages. She's actually going to do the lessons with me. She won't be on screen. She's my private girl, you know that. So she won't be on screen, but she is going to, as much as she can, read the messages from everyone. Don't forget, she's going to be painting her first ever baby. So she's going to be reading the messages, and if she sees anything pop up at the time she's reading it, and she can ask me the question while we're working, she will. So that will be at random. Hi Paula. Hi Viola. Hi old lady. So anyway, if you have any major questions for me and you're like, I just need to know, at the end of the lesson you can ask me on Facebook, probably the events page. But I really don't mind where you ask me. And some people don't have Facebook, so they could ask me on Instagram. They can email me, although I don't answer my emails as quick as I answer Facebook messages and things like that. But we have that 1 week between lessons to get you under control if you're a little bit stressed out or anything. We're going to be working with the Magical Realism air dry paints, but I will be bending and stretching so we can have a look with the heat set as well, so I can help anyone working with heat set. Hi Tina, hi Reborn Under the Sun. So it's very exciting, guys. This is really, really exciting. And look at the baby I'm creating. Isn't he beautiful? It's Chased by Bonnie Brown. Yes, yes, yes. I better put these cards away before I lose them or wreck them. And this is a baby I'm actually making for Lorraine. And so I'm really, really excited to see how that turns out. But before we start, because we've got, like 5 minutes to have a little bit of a chat, has anyone got any major questions? They're freaking out and they're just like, oh my God, Annette, please ask me. No, he's cute. And if anyone has any questions about Mateo, don't. We're not going to talk about that today because that's a sad story. No, it's not a sad story. Tina. Yeah, Bonnie Brown baby. So really, really cute. I can't wait to do him. Hi, Heidi. Hi. She's got a question. This is the easiest way to get your question seen. Start with Q and a dash. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Heidi, my little manager there. Thank you so much. Those are really great ideas. So Heidi's just come up with the idea. You can see how she's written it there. If you really have a question and you really want to try to get it noticed, put a Q with a little dash beside it. And I'll tell Teacup that as well, so she can keep an eye out for that. You have an idea. I don't know. Is that scary? Should I be scared? I can't reach across to see any messages at the moment. They've gone away. I have an idea too. I have a great idea. I'm going to crack one of these. And mate, cheers to you. Okay, what's your idea? It works too. Mine was asking in all caps. Okay, that's a good idea too. That'll quickly get the message across to Q with a dash and all caps.
Can this go overseas?
What is it?
The table.
If it goes in the box, will it flatten it a little bit more? No, it's too fat. Oh, it is fat, isn't it? It's like a cat. I'm not gonna. Yeah. No, just send it like that. That's fine. Oh, the messages are gone again. Just have to wait. I can't reach. See, I can't reach. Come on, messages. In the meantime. Okay, Nana's Nursery said, question in all caps lock. What Brandy said. Okay, perfect. Cheers, mate. Heidi said, thank you. Hi, Phyllis. She says, hello, world. That's so cute. Hi, Jody. Howdy from Michigan. And Anna said, does asking a question in caps show up better? Thank you for doing that little test. Look at you guys. You're like my little managers helping me out. Yes, it does show up better. I like it. I like it a lot. So welcome everyone who's just joined us, 36 people. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up. I deserve the thumbs up, I think, you know. I try very hard. For everyone who's starting the classes with us today, congratulations. Big congratulations to you. The beginning of your life into reborning for most of you, or the just beginning of having fun with us, even if you've reborned before. Thank you very much, Julia, for sharing my website, Aussie Reborn Supplies. If anyone needs anything, that is can be done. So I'm trying to get through so much very quickly. Reborn on the Sun said, what if I mess up in my first try? Do you think I should do testing limbs? Testing limbs are fantastic. If you've got them, please use them first. Please, 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 please. Okay, they're really, really important. They will stop you messing up. And listen, when you say, what if I mess up first time? You're not going to mess up. It's not even possible. The way we're doing it, it's not even possible. And even if it is, you know, you'll fall in love with the baby. I guarantee you. Thank you, everyone. Click that thumb button. It should be just down below there somewhere. I love you for it. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Faith. Oh, washing the test limbs. Yes, good idea to wash the test limbs if you've got one. Yes, I didn't bring mine out, but I will do mine later. I wanted to let everyone know once again, so congratulations those who are entering the world of reborning today. I hope that I can do make you proud and make you you know, enjoy reborning. For those of you who already know reborning, you know, please don't turn your nose up at me or anything. This is just beginners lessons. You know, I'm just doing it to help people that would like, you know, to learn and don't have the money to pay a lot of money. So if I do something and you think, oh, that's not the way you do it, well, you know, keep it in your brain and lock it away, because it's just all in helping everyone. So that's the way it is. We have got the events page on Facebook for this. So I would really love it if people share their babies with me over the time. Do it as much as you like. I do look forward to the end of seeing the end process. And anyone who has done the full class at the end and can show me a completed baby, I will be emailing out certificates. Emailing is the best way, because unfortunately if I was to send everyone a printed certificate, it would be like $3 each certificate, and if there was hundreds, you know $300, I can't afford that. So I will be emailing everyone their certificates if that's possible. If anyone doesn't have an email, which I'm sure they do, I can always send just a few out. But yeah, there'll be a completion certificate which you can, you know, put on your wall, put on your Facebook. You can do anything you want with it. It's just a bit of fun. And I'm really excited to see everyone's babies. And I will be also sharing pictures of completed babies on my Aussie Reborn Supplies Facebook page. I've got a Magical Realism Babies album, and that's so people can really see how the Magical Realism baby, that only for Magical Realism, those pictures, but I really want people to see how they come up. Butterfly Baby Kisses says, you are doing this out of the kindness of your heart. Nobody should put their noses up. I know, but I do know a few that really, really will. And to them, I just say, that's okay if you feel that way. But I'm happy, because I'm really happy. I'm nearly brought to tears daily from messages I get from people who I've helped on YouTube. And that's all I need to do. I've seen so many people, you know, start from lessons of mine and have just gone, oh, you know, like crazy amazing. And I would say 100% that their babies turn out better than mine in the end. And that makes me proud. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about people bettering themselves over me. I think that's fantastic. And we're all different in our own way, aren't we? Hi, Edie. Hi, Riz. Faith said, Reborn, I love you. Honey, I said, woohoo, love the certificate. I know, certificates. Who doesn't love certificates? I love them too. Okay, so where are we up to? I think we can sort of get started now. Thanks. And the only thing different about that, I should say thanks to Tina. She said, you're an amazing teacher and so easy to follow. I've enjoyed every tutorial I've had the opportunity to watch. And I've learned so much. Thank you so much for that. Hi, Christine. Hi, Sonia. Jody said, how do you stop? LOL. I know how to. She said she wants to order all the kits. I know. It's crazy. I think nearly every Reborn artist I know has a container, like a plastic container full of kits that they desperately want to make. But we can get you there. All right. So I'm going to stop. Teacup, if you want to come in. Also, Julia has just shared my GoFundMe. Now, this is a free class, okay? No one has to pay anything. You just have to buy your own supplies, and the supplies don't even have to be bought from me at Aussie Reborn Supplies. But I do have a GoFundMe account for people who sort of want to contribute and support what I'm doing. It's not necessary, but there has been people that have said that they would like to. That's just there for them, okay? All right, so we're going to get started now. Teacup is going to sit here and watch, and I'm not going to answer anyone else's messages for a while. So what I'm going to do now, I sound like Jamie. What is it, Jamie Oliver? Yeah. What I'm going to do. No, anyway. Yep. Anyway, sorry. So I'm gonna wash the kit first, and then once I finish washing the kit and putting it to dry, I'll be able to talk to people and answer some more questions, because while I'm doing that, Teacup is going to wash hers. Okay, so this is just a kitchen sink. Everyone has it in their home. You can just use that, that's fine. But if you're at a table or in your studio or something, you can just use like a bigger sort of, I don't know, like plastic, you know, Tupperware container or something big enough that you can, you know, do dishes or something in. So just with, this is just, you know, your typical dishwashing detergent. You can use any dishwashing detergent, it doesn't matter. Just obviously hot water in the sink, plug in, and just, you know, just like you're doing the dishes, just to, you know, squirt around. It's no set amount. Just let that fill up. So while that's filling up, I'm going to get my kit out. So as you know, I'm doing Chase. So here's his head. And I've got these protective bags. Now, Angela, I'm sure I saw a message pop up from you before. Angela Ware, amazing, from Island Treasures. She makes these bags for me. This isn't her bag. I've got one of her bags over there. But she makes them for me. I do have some at Aussie Reborn Supplies, but we haven't got them listed on the website as yet. But you can either buy them or request them from me, or you can go straight to the supplier, my supplier, who's Angela, and order them from her. They're amazing, and we'll talk about them in a minute. So I got my limbs here. So cute, look at that. Oh, it's his fat legs. I know, little fatty legs. Little fatty legs, and his hands are all fisted up. So I'll turn that off. So Teacup is going to be working with Maggie. Look how cute she is. And she's so big, and she's amazing. So she's got like a full torso there. So we'll talk about that as we go. I'm going to be snatching that off Teacup a million times. But as you know, when you get your kit from Bountiful Baby or most other suppliers, they come in your big plastic Ziploc bags. Now, once that's removed from there, most of the, you know, Reborn artists will say throw it away. And why that is because, you know, it's had fingers all over it. It could have chemicals or anything like that. So once this is washed, you know, always have clean hands. And I'm one for all. I always use my hands anyway because I have clean hands. But if you've got dirty hands, of course, you can expect that the paint's not going to stick. So your best opportunity or option is to sort of holder in the bottom. But once this is all dry and, you know, maybe you've put a layer of paint on and you want to put it away, you just need like a calico bag. If you don't have a calico bag like these are made, get just a pillow slip, just a nice clean cotton pillow slip. And, you know, if you have put layers of paint on, you can put them in there really gently and everything will be fine until you start the next week with us. That's just an option. I always have to put my kits away. I don't have room to have them sitting out here on the bench where I'm working. Upstairs in my studio I do, but as you know, I'm not going to be working in my studio. So you just need like a little, you know, flannel cloth like that. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could just be using even a piece of cotton or a tea towel, just as long as it's clean. I only use this for reborning. I don't ever let it be used for washing up benches or anything. So once I'm finished with this, I literally wring it out and I hang it on the back of the chair, and then I go put it in my studio in my drawer so it's not to use again. And then a toothbrush. This is just a baby toothbrush. Make sure it's clean. It hasn't been brushing anyone's teeth. We don't want any, not that there is germs on baby's teeth, but you know, just we want it to be fully clean with no chemicals on. Okay, so oh, that worked well. Whack that in there. And, you know, just do that. Anyway, grab it sort of from the inside, your head. We're starting with your head. Now, I know some of you will be working with me at the same time. Some of you will be doing this later. Remember, you've got a week to watch it back, so you don't have to do it now. Basically, just get your little cloth out of the sink and just wipe it all over, just like you're doing it like a little baby's face. You're wiping the spaghetti-o off your baby's face. So just wipe it all over. What we're trying to make sure that doesn't happen is we don't get any water or soap suds in there, because that just means the drying process is all going to go a lot longer. So just like that, as best as you can, and then that's when we get with the toothbrush and we get in all of those little spaces, in the creases, so in between the eyes there, sides of nose, in the nostrils, in the teeth. This has got like a slight open mouth, so I sort of get in there real tough, just like that. So do all the creases, behind the ears, in the ears. So just like that, and just another wipe over. And then I just get with the normal cold water in the other sink or another bowl, or just water. I just rinse all the soap suds off. Okay, so that's like our first piece done. Now, down here on the table, I've just got like a white towel. You could use a white nappy, anything. Towels and nappies are obviously the best because they just absorb everything. And just lay the head down like that, just so it can, you know, drip away. And you'll have to keep turning it over, you know, just sort of like you're turning a piece of steak or something, just to make sure all of that water comes off. So I'm just doing the same. Oh boy, that's hot water.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, ask a question.
If it's got the open eyes,
Yeah.
if you get water in there, how much longer does it take to dry? Or do you stick something in there to dry?
Yeah, I normally stick a little bit of, thank you for that question, Teacup. That was a very good question. I normally, you know, stick a little bit of cloth in there to dry it up a little bit quicker. You can use a hairdryer, and if you're using a hairdryer, what happens is the hot air, it literally blows in there and like pushes the water out. So you could use that as well, or you can just sort of lay it, you know, face down. Most people, when they're about to paint a baby, like something like this, they'll do this and then they'll basically leave it a day. I mean, you've got lots of excited people that, you know, just desperately want to get into it, but other people will leave it anyway. So, and then, you know, do you want to just grab your torso out of there? So this is fairly easy, guys. It's just, you know, there's nothing much in it. I mean, I know it's a brand new kit, so, but I have been touching it a few times, so I've probably got little, you know, fingerprints on it and stuff. Just make sure I get in all, actually I'm going to hold it like that, get in all those knuckles there. And then just like that again. Okay, so if you've got a baby that has a torso or something and you don't want to get, it wet inside, I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to get wet inside. So you'll just wipe it over and do all your little creases, and then just, afterwards you might be able to put a towel up in the inside, or use the hairdryer. So it will happen, and it's not the end of the world when it does happen. It's just if you want it to dry quicker. Most people will just, use a hairdryer or wait. I love toothbrushing in between the toes. So they've worked out that when they want to ask a question, they're going to put the capital letter Q, a dash, and then the words all in caps. Okay. Well, this has got some really deep creases here. Look at that. So it's fairly easy. Now, you don't really need to do anything else, when it comes to washing them. I've got some other friends who use other products. Thanks. See? She's here for a reason. One of my great friends, Dorina, she uses Icicle, and I'd never heard of that being used before in washing kits. I personally don't like using a chemical type of thing on it when I can just use the dishwashing detergent, but she said it works brilliant. So, if you've got that in the house, it is, it's worth a try, especially if maybe your kit's a bit dusty or something, or has been touched a lot, she recommends it, and she's painted some beautiful babies, and it hasn't affected the paint work, in the long run. So that's another thing you could use. I'm sure everyone's got like different ideas for what they use. In the beginning, I didn't even wash my kits. I just started on them. I was always so excited, but I think it's very important to do it these days, because you can be assured that, like, let's say I just had, KFC chicken, and then I decided to pick up my kit and I left a big greasy fingerprint on it, and I wiped it off. Well, in the long run, the paint probably won't stick to that fingerprint, even though I've wiped it off, So it's not that we're eating KFC chicken while we're making reborns, but just for, thought's sake, it's good to do it. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there to dry. I'm just trying to make room for Teacup to put hers there. And that's cool. So you can wash yours. I will take this camera away and answer some questions. Let's answer some questions. Hey guys, how are you going? I'm just looking for my stand. It is hot, isn't it? I just burnt her hands off. Okay, I'm just getting my camera out. Okay, so sorry guys. Let's see. Okay, so how did everyone go with that? It's a good degreaser. Is that the Dawn? Oh yeah, crikey. Thank you, Julia, for sharing my website. I appreciate that. You've never had to use alcohol? I haven't either. I'm actually a little bit scared of the smell of it, but I think Dorina assured me that it didn't leave any odours or anything. Reborn Under the Sunset, LOL, KFC kits for lunch.
It is Tuesday.
She said it is Tuesday. On Tuesday we have cheap KFC. Hey, do you know what? You're going to be so excited.
What?
Uber delivers here now. Uber
Really?
Eats.
Oh, wow.
McDonald's, Carl's Jr.,
Oh,
Roadhouse Grill, the new Richet's restaurant. Oh, so
awesome.
excited. We've been waiting for for Uber Eats to deliver here forever. Anyway, going off topic. Teacup answered your question. Okay, Nana's Nursery, good. Jody said, okay, some videos I watched did after wash. Okay. All right. Hi, Kylie. How are you? Butterfly Baby says, do you have chicken fillet in Australia? Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. And now everyone's making me hungry. That's just mean. That's just mean. So does anyone have any questions about the washing process? And I wanted to know also, is anyone actually doing that now? Has anyone actually sitting there and just done it? I know you probably got wet hands if you have, but Edie said, what do you use to strip paint off a kit? I use a product called Goof Off. I just get it from my Bunnings warehouse here. It works really, really good. Sometimes I do sell it on my website, but I don't have any on there at the moment. Butterfly Baby said, I'm addicted to waffle fries. Oh my God, yes. I love waffle fries. But you know, here in Australia, the only place that has waffle fries at the moment is Carl's Jr. It's Carl's Jr., yeah, that's the only one. Yeah, you don't like them? I do. I do like them. They're yum.
I don't like any chips with skin on them.
Oh, right, yeah. Under the Willow Tree said, hello, sweet lady. Hope you're well. I am well, thank you very much. Reborn on the said Q&A. Annette, should I buy a cheap at Walmart for practice Reborn for practice? Well, you can, but you know what? At Bountiful Baby, they have so many sales all the time. I mean, you could get a sale kit for around $17.90. And then I think the Bountiful Baby postage to you guys in America is $7.95. You know, there's no need really. I mean, that's pretty cheap, you know. Unless you can go to Walmart and get something for $10, but it has to have that same sort of vinyl consistency of a Reborn, if you know what I mean. Laura said, yes, all washed and dried. Oh my God. That's so exciting. Give yourself a pat on the back, Laura. Heidi said, sorry if that came through twice. Oh, no? What came through twice? Did I miss something? Shay said, hello, it's been a while since I've been able to watch your lives. Hi, Shay. How you going? Terry says, question, can the parts touch while drying? Yes, they can. They're all right to touch. Good question. Faith said, cool you. Thanks, Faith. Reborn on the Sun said, not yet. I'm just taking notes. Good. Yes, if you're not painting, you know, make sure you've got your notebook there and a pen. Just take notes. Say step 1, you know, step 2, things like that. Nana's Nursery said, yeah, just washed my kit. Figured I'd wash up my dishes while I got the dishwasher. Good. Julia said, how creative can you get with painting kits? Oh, very creative. You know, the world is your oyster when you talk about, you know, painting kits, you know, and you've got all your paints available. You know, you can do anything. You know, you can go from being, you know, natural, newborn, preemie, you know, all the way into obviously your fantasy kits, avatar and things like that. And, you know, I love it when I see people painting avatar babies, but they don't do it blue. They might do it pink or something like that, and really creative. But yeah, you can do anything you like. Gigi has a question. How would you protect your painting from perspiration? I'm sure that is what caused the little problem I had last week. Is that with air dry paints or heat set? Gigi. Edie said Bountiful Babies prices have gone up. Have they? Okay. What a bummer. But they're always up and down anyway. You'll probably find in the next week or two you'll have a couple that are on a super special. Test limbs on eBay. Yes, that's a good idea. You can get some from there. Thank you, Julia, again for sharing my painting fundraiser, if anyone wants to join in for that. Edie said, I washed mine last night. Oh, good job. Nana said, my kit is a clearance kit from BB. That's fine. You know, I've even found, you know, now I don't get them here. People actually say that I sell second kits in Aussie Reborn Supplies. I do not sell second kits. I don't see any point, because half the time when a second kit is on special for $19.95, I could get another kit that isn't a second that is on special for the same price. So I don't see any point in going for second kits, and I don't sell them. But I have worked with them before. I have worked with them, and I have found no problems with them myself. So just saying, if anyone was to get a second kit, they can be just as good. Terry said, question, does it just air dry? Is that the after washing? Yes. Okay, Heidi, I said third try. Question, Can we use our certificate as certified in magical realism advertisement on Facebook? Yes, definite. You definitely can. Hi, Miss Donnie. Did you see the video where I got baby? I've called him Donnie. He is so beautiful. I'm so in love with him. Mateo's actually just gone yesterday, so I'm going to get more special time with him now, but I just wanted to thank you so much for sending that on. Brandy said, mine is washed. In my head, my kittens both got spayed and have already pulled the cones. Oh, no. Cone of shame. So you're a bit sidetracked. Yes, they're naughty like that, aren't they? Butterfly Baby said, can I buy one of your bibs like you sent? Yes, absolutely you can. Just send me a message afterwards, Sharon, and we'll arrange that. Brandy said, oh my God, Heidi, I like the way you think.
This is weird.
Teacup is over there washing with a toothbrush the baby girl parts, and she said it's a bit weird. Gigi said, Julia, I am practicing being creative. That's good. Mrs. B's Babies said, I have been curious about what colours to mix to create different layers. Okay, well that's exciting. We'll just stick with and you'll get some ideas as you go. Shay says, I'm great. How are you and the family doing? Great, doing great. Heidi said, I posted that question 3 times, doll parts, thinking it'd go through. Well, the first part we were too busy with the washing and that we weren't sort of looking at it. So sorry about that. Gigi said, air-dried magical realism. I painted on a human. Okay. I haven't had actually a perspiration problem with painting babies, only with heat set. I have had the perspiration, but not generally. So I haven't run into that one yet. Sorry, I can't actually help you with that. Julie said, Gigi, I'm wanting to make a clown, Tink. Oh, that would be cute. Beach Baby said, Annette is the best when teaching. Thank you. Yes, spam it. Just keep spamming it. That's right. Jodie said, Bountiful Baby has test limbs. Very inexpensive. Yes, that's a good idea.
What do we do now?
Just let it dry. Can you sort of turn over mine like you're turning a sausage, just so the water can keep running off? Even maybe put face down or something. So we're still going to let them dry, for a little bit before we start the next step. So I'm just going to keep talking to anyone's got any questions. Gigi said, Julia, that Tink would be cute. Laura said, I just got the test limbs from Bountiful Baby. They are great. When they had the heads. Yep, good. Miss Donnie said, oh, cool. No, didn't see it yet, but I will tonight. So it was a live stream I think I did maybe 2 weeks ago on a Friday. I'm not 100% certain. But, I showed everyone him and announced that his name is Donnie, and he's really, really cute and feels so lovely. No worries, Butterfly Baby. Julia said, Gigi, yes, I have never painted. Yeah, I'll call you back when we're going to start the next one. Gigi said, Julia said, Gigi, yes, I've never painted a kit before, so I'm kind of scared to make a baby. And you know what, that's also like, if you want to make the clown, and you have a testing limb, even if you were just using a paper towel, but a testing limb is better, you can work with colours, and if you wanting to say do a line around the mouth, you can do tests on the testing limb of how, what consistency of paint you need to get that, say, line of colour around or something like that. So they are very important. And you can, wash them off and start again too, but, Butterfly Baby said, how do I message you, Annette? If you're on Facebook, Miracle Babies Nursery, as one word on Facebook, you just send me a message that way. I'm sure I've received a message from you on Facebook on one of my pages before. Kylie said, I have nearly finished my triplets. Oh my God, really? That is cool. Gigi said, Julia, step by step with Annette, you'll find it easy. Yeah, you will. You'll definitely get there. And learning how to reborn and everything is also about, kind of taking chances and playing around a little bit. I do like the magical realism for that because I think it goes like a far distance. So just one drop or two drops, and you can mix up the color paints you want, to make the test, and that doesn't go far in a jar. Thanks, Kika. Reborn Under the Sun said, I have a good feeling that we are all going to bond well after we are done with our training class with Annette. We love you, Annette. You're an amazing teacher. Thank you so much. Absolutely. There'll be a great bond. And, when you're, showing off your babies, and you're allowed to start showing off your babies now, on our events page or Miracle Babies, and then people will say, oh, I'm working with that baby too, or that is just so beautiful. And we'll have, I love to make at the end like a collage of everyone's babies, It's like they're all my grandbabies, and most of them are going to be born around the same time. Miss B said, what should I use to seal air dry paints so they don't peel off? Well, generally something like the Ultra Matte Varnish. I do sell it on Aussie Reborn supplies. That has been amazing, and people have been really, really loving that. So that's what my suggestion would be as a sealant. Gigi said, I think it may be good to not paint when it's 44 degrees and super humid. I think that might be the trick to it. Hey, but good point to look out for, really. Reborn said, that makes the two of us. I'm very nervous. Honestly, like for those of you who are nervous, I know it's natural that you're going to feel nervous and scared, but, everyone's got to start somewhere. And like I've said to you before, it's like when someone has a baby and you look at the baby, a real baby, and you think, oh my God, that's so ugly or something. But the parents are like, oh my God, it's beautiful. It's in the eye of the beholder. Seriously, you will fall in love with your baby. You really will. And that's all that matters. It's really important. And I can tell you from my experience, I keep learning as I go. I haven't finished learning. So each baby I make, I honestly feel is better than the last. And that's been going on 15 plus years. So I'm just saying, it doesn't end. It keeps getting better. So, hold your head up high. You're allowed to be nervous. Take some deep breaths in and out. And just, go dive in. And no one has to see your work. You don't have to show me. You don't have to show this person sitting next to you. Okay? So just do it and see how you go. Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine. She's going now. She said, have a wonderful time. Love you all. Love you. Have a great day shopping with your daughter and say hello for me. Terry said, I have to wash again. I just found my toothbrush. And see, that's the benefit with this class, the way we're doing it now. Everyone has the whole week to do things. Marina says, hello, I'm excited to start reborning. Thank you for this class. Will be available to watch later. Oh yes, so this will be available. It won't go away unless YouTube for some reason kicks us off. But generally, you've got the week to catch up before we start the next lessons, and then it'll just be staying here anyway. So those of you who are just writing in a notebook, make sure you write the name of the class down. So if, let's say you can't afford it now, but 6 months from now you've got all your products ready, and you can just type into YouTube or under my channel, the name of this class, and it'll pop up. You can watch it again. You can fast forward it. You can even write down, in your notes, at 35 minutes Annette started doing this, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. You can do some skipping through it, and it'll be really, really great. So good on you, Marina. I hope you do well. I'm here for you, mate. Julia said, question, do you have to start with normal baby colour before you make creative steps like the clown idea? No, you don't. You really don't. You can do whatever you like. I've had people that have dived straight in. Let's say you're making an avatar and they've done blue straight away. And they've done shades of blue and layering it, and then they get in with the detail at the end. But if you want to, you can. I know when I made Pepsi Max for Annie, I did all natural newborn colours first, and then at the end, I just did all my detailing to make her look like a fairy. You really don't have to. You can do anything you want. If you've got an inspiration and an idea, write down those ideas and, just test it. Even do the testing with the testing lib. You really will go great. Thank you so much, Julia, for sharing everything today. You're a real asset to me. Heidi High said, Julia, since the class will be step by step for a regular baby, I would follow it first. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. Or, since you're not doing it, you can take the notes down and, flick the notes around and know when to add in your own thing. Hi, vlog. How are you? Good morning. So Heidi, I said, do the regular baby, then go for the clown. And you could do that too. You could do the regular baby, and then with the clown, it's so great. That's when you add all your details afterwards. Reborn Under the Sun said, I'm planning on trying to reborn an avatar 10-inch. That's beautiful. Tanya said, I have an open eye kit. That's great. That's fine. We can work with that too. So also, I'll just let everyone know, I'm going to be working with everyone as much as I can. So as we go, I'll be, sort of talking to people through their heat set process. And when we get to the eyes, Tanya, I'll be helping anyone who has open-eyed babies. Tina said, I know you're doing Bonnie Brown kit. Do you find the vinyl easier than Bountiful Baby vinyl? I've only No, I find them the same. Absolutely the same. Tanya said, I don't know the name of it. Oh, okay, no worries. Terry said, Julia, we need to get together so I can find out how to be a good monitor. Aww, Terry, you are lovely. Okay, so I'm going to get my kit down in a minute, but while I'm still letting it have a little bit of a dry, I'll talk about what we're going to do next. So, in front of me here, I've got your painting pad, and yes, for those who want to be or know-it-all, it's okay. It is just a puppy mat, so a puppy pee mat. They are fantastic for everything. So obviously for puppy pee, but they're also good for putting under your cat food bowls, so you can just throw them away afterwards. Like I've said before, I use it for reborning, and then once I've, it's all painted out and horrible, I put it under my cat bowls. So that's just the puppy mat. I call it a painting pad because to me that's what it is. I just put that underneath me, just like this. And I feel it's really nice. Obviously it protects your table and everything underneath, but it also gives you that nice, clean, fresh surface. Makes you feel really confident about yourself and where you're going. Heidi High said, Under the Sun, are you going to use magical realism? If you buy the starter kit, there is a step-by-step instruction booklet. Yes, there is. Teacup? Yeah. Do I have any magical realism books left at the moment? Okay, that's fine. I was going to show you, but I don't have one at the moment, but I'll show you next week. Julie said, it takes practice, Terry. We can chat, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Vlog said, and good from vomiting. You've been vomiting? I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Or is it vomiting babies? You have problems with trouble with mixing paints too? Well, you've come to the right place. You totally got this with me. Seriously, you will. Okay, no worries. All right. So the next thing that I have got here is a painting, like a stand, drying rack. Now this can be a baby bottle drying rack. I sell these on Aussie Reborn Supplies. You can make your own. Sometimes even if you don't have anything, you can put it in the end of a spoon or something out of a jar or something like that. You can make it happen. It doesn't have to be store-bought. Okay, so if you don't have anything, like I said, just get maybe a glass or something at home and put like a really thin, maybe a butter knife in it or something, so you can just put your kit in it. So it could be anything. We don't need to spend a lot of money to make things work. So yeah, this is what I've got. This isn't a fantastic one, but it works. So I can put all my limbs here like that on either end. I do. And then the head I sit on its own. So you'll need something like that. It's just better to let it dry without having been touched or anything. I'm going to be next doing a kit prep. So this is a Magical Realism Reborn kit prep. You can use Luminaire vinyl prep. Some people with the heat set paints will do a layer of satin or matte varnish first. Now this isn't a must-do layer, okay? A lot of people don't bother with the kit prep or anything of the sort, and that's okay, okay? That is okay. But if you're wanting to, it's just like an insurance policy. It's just sort of giving you a little bit more of a guarantee that your paint's going to adhere and stay put, okay? So if you're doing this layer with us, obviously you can. If not, you can just watch along. You can go off and have some KFC, whatever you're doing, but this is what we're doing now. Heidi High said, no, the puppy pads are good for vomiting children. Oh, okay. Thank you, Heidi. You're so amazing. You always relay things for me. Yes, that is a good idea. I could give that idea for Amy, my daughter. Vlog said, Heidi, right, I use it on Jackson playmat after a feed. Okay, that's a good idea too. Gee, that's great. Gigi said, Q&A. Men's Shed sells racks for about $5. Okay, that's interesting. And Reborn Under the Sun said, Annette, can I use a dish air dry board? Yes. Yes and no. We don't want to lay it down, okay? So you don't want to have, say this was your dish dry and this was your kit. You don't just want to lay it down flat so it's touching, okay? But if it's got some pointers up like that, you can do it. Or where you put the cutlery, you can just put like a knife and put it in there. Okay, as long as that kit, and I'll show you in a minute. I'm just going to get my kit, see how we're going. So we're back in a minute, guys. Okay, also when I'm transporting my kits, I use my fingers. Okay, using your fingers, they can touch, that's all right. So I'm not touching any little bits in between. I'm just going to put the kit down, but I'll show you what I mean about this little thing here. So let's say I've just painted that and I can put it on one of those and see that? It's not touching anything. So if you can get anything even made at home to use like that, that is fine. Put all the bits on like that. We don't want them touching each other either, because when they have paint on them, we don't want them to touch. So that's all of that there. Now this has still got some drying to do. I'm just going to get a little cloth. Be right back, one moment. Okay, so I've just got another cloth that I'm going to dry off any spot dries. Oh, you mean racks? That's what I meant, racks. Yep. Jody said, other options for base sealing. Or can you repeat that for product sealing? I don't have really any other options other than, your Reborn kit prep, your vinyl prep, or doing a matte seal on it or something like that. You might find a product that is a sealer, but that's all I've had experience with or heard anyone. If anyone else has any ideas, please, speak up. Your information is valued to me as well and valued to others as well. This isn't all about just what I can do. It can be everyone giving ideas. And that's why I wanted to talk about earlier when my friend Dorina had used Icicle. I wanted to let everyone know that there is other products you can use for cleaning as well. That's okay, everyone under the sun. Julia said, I brought a baby bottle dryer rack to dry the kits when I start. Yes, that is awesome as well. Jody said, I brought glove and mittens drying rack from Bed Bath and Beyond. Oh, that sounds nice. I want to do that too. I like that idea. You can also, when you're working, just sort of, that gave me an idea what Jody said. You can also, like I sell at Aussie Reborn Supplies, like your white dusting gloves. You can, completely wear those white dusting gloves through your whole process of painting. You can also wear your latex gloves as well, but the white dusting gloves are awesome because, let's say I was wearing a glove right now, I can work the whole time holding my kit because my hands there's no chemicals, you know what I mean? So they can be really, really positive. I'm just so used to using my hands all the time like this, and I always make sure my hands are clean, but I guess we do, release oils from our fingertips all the time, so it is best to really keep your hands off it as much as you can. And when you're using something like the white cotton gloves or other gloves you might be able to get, say bath gloves or something, they are definitely a good idea. Yes, basically, that's right. Heidi Hi said, so basically we need to have spikes of some kind. Yes, that's right. That is absolutely right. My fingernail is chipped and it keeps grabbing. Using the baby bottle rack, Nana, yes, it's great. Reborn Under the Sun said there, gone again. There is a Bye Baby store next to me and I can grab one into it. Excellent. That's very positive. Make sure when you're getting the water out that you're getting in the ears too. You can use your cotton tips as well to get into those, tight and, nooky sort of crannies. You can get in there, just making it nice and dry. And in that little mouth there, I'm going to feed that in and make him eat some of the towel. In the nostrils. You can also push the kits too from the inside out, like open up the airways so I can get in there. Okay, that's made him all clean, all dry. So he's dry. I'm going to just work on his limbs. Julia said at Walmart, I don't remember, it was last year. Okay. Tiny Toes Reborn Nursery said, I use glass and tile medium. Okay. Oh, Nonna uses a coat rack. I saw a great idea of, like your little coat hangers. Actually, I used to do something like it. How did I do it? I used to have a paint stand and I had it sitting beside me and I had like your baby coat hangers and I'd hang the coat hanger on one end and then on either end of the coat hanger I'd put the limbs so they were sort of juggling right, but they worked awesome and it sort of sat on the edge of my paint rack, so it was really great at the time. So there's so many ideas you can come up with. Reborn on the Sun said, even if I have Bed Bath and Beyond 2, all I need to do is walk to the shop and come back home. That's amazing. I think that's great. Okay, Nonna Nora said wooden one, it was 10, is that $10 at Walmart unpainted? Okay, that's good. Gigi said Q&A, white gloves are a must for polymers, sculpting and any plastics. Okay, good, there we go. Maybe I should be working with some white gloves as well, just to be assured everything's fine. So like you can see here, I'm just doing the last dry, just getting off any excess water. So that we can do the kit prep on it. Terry said, Q, would you use Q-tips to clean out the eye socket if it's open, oh baby? Yes, perfect. I would definitely be using them. So that's a great idea. Thank you for actually saying that out loud. That if you have got open-eyed babies, get your Q-tips, your little cotton tips, and, get in there, in the open mouth as well, to get in those deep crevices. So my kit is almost dry anyway. Teacup, yes. You can come back out. Hi Koala, just popping in to say hi. How are you going? Good luck at school. Gigi said, Annette, have you used a hairdryer to dry your paints? I haven't, but I've seen many people that do, and it works great. Hi Judith. Okay, so they're all dry and good to go. Yep. So I'll just show Teacup quickly how to dry them. So just when you're getting your kits, sort of put them all on your fingers like that,
Yep.
on the 5, and just bring them all over onto here and just hand dry the rest of the little bits. You got in an argument of 3 or 4 boys. Oh, that doesn't sound very good. I hope everything's okay, Koala. For my Reborn said, sorry, I am late. That's okay. Better late than never, they say, hey. All right. All right, so with the, when we get to the kit prep, basically, this is really, really easy. We're just going to apply this over the whole entire kit in a nice thin layer, and then we just leave it to dry. I'm going to suggest to leave it to dry for 20 minutes before you would apply any paint. But people have worked on it earlier, but you may as well, just give it the 20 minutes at least. Okay, good luck, Koala. Edie said, what sculpt did you say Teacup is doing? She's doing the Maggie. It's Maggie, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Look at her squished up face. So cute. So cute. We were talking before, Terry mentioned about the eyes being open, and that if you use the cotton tips, you can get into the eye socket to get out the excess water. So that was a good tip. Kylie said, I have to go. Sorry, bye everyone. No worries, Kylie. Enjoy your day. Gigi said, oh, Koala, I hope you're okay. And Heidi said, bye to KC. Celia said, good to know I've been doing it right so far. Fantastic.
There's little bits in there aren't drying properly. You can't get in it. Does that matter?
Well, you can go get one of those little cotton tips if you want, if you think that's going to help, one of the pointed ones.
It's a bit deep in there.
Yeah.
See? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is pretty deep. Yeah, I'd get one of those definitely for that. So give me that for a minute. So Teacup was just showing me she's trying to dry in the hand here. And can you see how deep that is then in there? So she's going to get a cotton tip so she can get into those deep, deep holes that you really can't do by pushing like a little towel on it. So she's going to do that. It is really cute, yeah. You're making a jewel? I love Jewel. She's very pretty. It is on YouTube, Pumpkin Power. I am on YouTube. But it will stay on YouTube indefinitely. Tiny Toes said, I'm using Sleeping Brittany. Oh, I love Sleeping Brittany. She is so beautiful. Nana's Nursery is painting Grace. Annie's popping in super quick. Hi kids, hi mouse, hi Teacup. Have a great day, Annie. Reborn on the Sun said, Annette Q&A, where do I order kit prep before painting? Well, this one, Magical Realism, can only be purchased from me. If you get Luminaire air dry paints, you could purchase them from me or from Luminaire themselves. I don't think many other places sell them. Someone was saying before that they use the glass and tile medium, so I'm not sure where you can get that from. But if you're working with heat set paints, you can just get like your matte varnish, your Genesis matte varnish or your satin varnish. Gigi said, Heidi, I love Jewel. She is so cute. Okay, so the kit prep is pretty easy going, and it should be pretty much the same for any product you're using, okay? We're just going to put it on with the cosmetic wedge. So I'm just going to rip the end off my cosmetic wedge just so it's got that little bit of a rough edge. I always like working with that better. I just feel it absorbs the paint or product, whatever you're using, better to apply better. Now, anything, if you're working with the kit prep, the vinyl prep from Luminaire, the kit prep from Magical Realism, and most other products, all you'll need to do is put it on the cosmetic wedge and pounce it over the whole entire kit in a nice, thin, even layer. But obviously when you're working with heat set, if you're doing that, after you've done the layer, now with the matte varnish or the satin varnish with the Genesis heat paints, you need to make sure it is nice and thin. Otherwise it will finish white and chalky. So if you're working with that, I normally suggest like you have a bit of sunlight coming down or some kind of light. And as you look, through, the line of the kit, you will see if it's a bit too chunky in one area, or if you've left a bit behind, or if you're missing a bit. So, the light will give you the idea of where you're working, and that'll work with this as well. But just with the matte varnish or satin varnish, nice thin even layer. Leave it to sit. This is if you're working with heat set paints, guys. Leave it to sit until you can tell that it's dry, and then put it in your oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Once it's baked for the 8 to 10 minutes, get out of your oven, let completely cool, and you can put it back in for another 8 to 10 minutes to really seal. That's not a have to, but some people really like to do that, but that is allowed to be done. When you're working with the air dry, something like this Reborn kit prep or the vinyl prep by Luminaire, once we have applied it to the whole kit, you just basically leave it and sit there for 20 minutes, and then you can begin painting if you want. We're not going to begin painting today because today is just our pre-class, our prep class. Now again, why I decided to do that is because a lot of people just want to dive straight in and they want to start painting. They know how to clean their kit, they know how to prep their vinyl, they don't need to sit and watch me for 2 hours doing that. So that's why I did a pre-class just for this, and next week, next Tuesday, 1 week from today, we're going to hit the ground running and start painting. Terry said, what are you putting on the baby? Is that baby? And what's it for? Air dry paint or heat set? So hopefully I just answered your question in what I just said then. So you're all dry there?
Yep. All
You
done.
can just rip off that edge there. Just sort of grab the top. Say this was like this. I sort of pinch the end, I grab the top and I just sort of rip it off real quick.
Like that?
Yeah, perfect. She did it perfect first time. She gets A+. Are you doing an L from Laurelie Eagles? Is that right? It's really nice everyone's doing great different kits, isn't it? All right, so I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to work at the moment. Nana said, should we have our matte varnish layer done and ready by next week? Yes, please. But remember, some people don't like to do this prep layer, so you don't have to. But if you really want to, yep, go ahead and do it and have it ready by next week. Okay, so teacup, if anyone has a cue before their words and that's something you can say. But if you don't have time, you're doing painting as well. So I've told everyone that. So now I'm going to ignore what you guys are saying, not in a bad way, and just get this done so you can watch it. So I'm just doing it straight from the jar. I don't need to do anything else. And Teacup's going to share this with me while I go. So basically I just put like a... Teacup's going to laugh at me a lot. I push it a little bit further. I'm just going to put a few drops on top there like that. And then basically just start pouncing it on the kit. And you'll see it coming on the kit. And like I said before, if you look in the light, you can see the light behind it and where you're doing. So we'll have to do lots of drops in the beginning because it's all soaks in quite quickly. But towards the end, we have to do less drops. So basically just over the whole kit.
I'm not doing it as fast as well.
That's all right. You'll need more because it would have soaked in quite quickly for the first. Then the second layer, it feels sort of spongy and weird. So as you can see, as it starts to, it'll start to expand the end of the sponge, then that's okay. And you can also, reuse this sponge, next time for kit prep if you like.
How do I get in the creases properly?
If you when you get in the creases properly, sort of, let's say I was doing the ears, I sort of squeeze in there and I can let a little bit of excess fluid go around there so it sort of bubbles up. You can see
So
it
the
sort of
bubble's
bubbles up.
good?
Yeah, that's okay. What's going to happen now is we're going to go over it again and pick those bubbles up. And if there is too much excess that you really can't pick up, you can get your cotton tip again and just sort of pounce it in there to pick up any excess.
I don't think my ears, because I've got a big gap behind my ear.
Can you get in there really like that?
No, it's not going all the way
Even wipe
around.
it. Maybe do some of the edge of your thing and just try to wipe it in there and then pounce it afterwards. Now don't forget, if you're working with heat set paints, you'll just literally be doing the same thing as we're doing here. It's just that your matte varnish and your satin varnish will be thicker, and you'll just, normally I put a little bit of that on the edge of a bowl and I'll sort of wipe over it and then I'll pounce it on. And your arms will get sore, okay? It's pretty much like a little bit of an exercise. I wish we did this every day. We'll have nice thin arms. Oh, by the end of this, I'll have nice thin arms.
No tuck shop arms.
What?
No tuck shop arms.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Can you put too much in one spot?
You probably could, but generally, if you just keep going over it, it'll suck it up, And if you really see it there, look in the light and you'll see it reflecting a bit too much, and then you could just get your cotton tip and just sort of go over in that area. So it's fairly easy. And remember, after it's done, you won't really notice it, you won't really see it. As it starts to dry, you won't notice it there. But it is a sealing layer. It will protect, and help the paint adhere nicely. Oh, gee, I love this baby. It's got a little fat nose, look at that. You can see the paint there, you can see the kit prep, you can see that this is all like flat matte, and then up there there's a bit of a glimmer. Now if you've got like an open mouth like Chase sort of has here, you can sort of push it out from the inside, but I don't, it's not hugely necessary that you must get into those sort of creases. Do the best you can. You can even put a bit of kit prep on your cotton tip and sort of, swipe it in there. I normally just sort of like to, see in there, give it a little bit of a push in there, put my sponge in, push it as much as I can, just as long as I don't have too much excess in there. Is the problem, the thing. And once again, I can see there's a little bit excess in there, so I'm just putting the dry end in that hole to pick it up.
It's the same with the nostril.
Yep. So the dry end of your wedge can be used for picking up excess as well. Now, one of the most exciting things about this class is that, yes, I've made many babies, but we're going also from the other spectrum of the scale where Teacup has never even picked up a kit to make, or really haven't even watched. Have you ever watched?
No.
She's never even watched anyone paint one. So, when you think, you might be scared and everything, well, Teacup's right along with us here, doing it from first hand. So I can guarantee you, you're not alone when you come to be a newbie, if you
I'm
are.
already worried that I'm not doing it right.
Well, you're doing it 100% right.
I've still got wet bits though in the eye creases and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. She's just getting the end of her wedge and she's just pouncing in there. It's one of the, it's pretty much, you can't really go wrong. As long as you're not having any bubbles and, heavy parts left, it's fine. And you can see he looks really good, like he's already drying. And I can see yours is already drying. She's doing fine. It looks just like mine. So I'm just going to put that head aside, and you just put it down gently so you're not touching it. Get one of my limbs. Now this is where, using those cotton gloves can work well, because I like to get on my hands first, and sometimes they're going like this. It's really hard to work with, and if you had the cotton gloves, you could be holding it there to make it a little bit stiffer. So once
I don't
again,
know if I've missed a spot.
you can just look in the light, but I don't think you have. It looks pretty covered to me.
Sorry, I probably have more questions.
No, it's good to have those questions because I can't see everyone's questions, and you might be answering questions people have. So see, I've just gone over the whole hand there, and just when you get into those deep parts, you can just pounce on it really gently. You will get, it will be coming onto the kit, I assure you. And then you can go a bit faster as you're working up the Now also remember, there's no rush to this. Take your time. One thing about the classes being weekly is, if you fall behind in something we're doing, you can just continue watching through the week. Next week we're going to be doing about 3 layers of paint. I think we'll get in. Hope we might even get 4. But if you're taking your time and you're going slow, perfect, Teacup. And you're going slow, you can just, catch up later. Don't rush it. Rushing it won't get you anywhere. And no one's watching over your shoulder to know how quick you're doing it. So if you see any lines as you're working and you see something that looks like the edge of your wedge, just try to pounce over it just lightly, which will take out that line. And once your sponge soaks up, as you can see, your kit prep then goes quite a long way. So you don't need to add as much. So you can see in the light there, you can see that it's where it's all glistening is where I've done. Compared to that, you can see it.
I can't do this. I can't hold it.
It gets hard. You can grab it with this if you want. like halfway like this, and that'll hold you more still.
Yeah.
Or you can even get the cotton gloves that we sell. You can get a set if you prefer. So I'm onto the second hand here. So I'll just try and see. Annie says hashtag teacup fan. Jen's just popping in to say hi, enjoy Annette's class. She's awesome. I learned a lot from her. Love you, Annette. Love you too, Jen. Okay. Sorry if I missed anyone's questions. Hang on. Heidi High said, question, are we supposed to kit prep with Genesis heat set paint? I've never done. You're working with magical realism. If you're working with the heat set paints, no, you don't have to. But some people like to. To be honest, when I'm working with my heat set babies, I don't kit prep them. I just wash them and make sure they're clean, and then I start painting. But it's just if you want to, it's something that you think, I'd like to do that, just that extra insurance. You're welcome to do that. But like I said, I've never had any problems, and I don't do it myself. I do it with the air dry paints. I just personally like to guarantee that a little bit more. So next week we're going to be starting our layers. Like our first layer is like a nice light red. Everything's translucent, guys, really translucent. We're going to be doing a red layer, and then we're going to be doing like a bluey, light blue teal colour as a layer, and then we're going to be doing some nice red creases. So I think that's probably all we'll get through next week. But if we do get further, if the next step will be doing some bluing in the nose and ears and things like that. So if you need to get anything ready, you can basically just have red and blue are the colours we're going to be working with next week. Make sure you've got your drying stand ready, because you will need to have your kit drying as we're going. And obviously if you're working with the heat set paints, have your odorless solvent. If you're working with magical realism, you'll just need, if you're working with magical realism, you'll just need your thinning medium and water, and have all your paint palettes or containers that you would want to use. I'm so excited, really, this is just so exciting.
I'm hoping it's a good thing.
Hi Alan, how are you? Hi Leslie. We're all having fun. You should be joining this class too. Don't let me pull the disappointed trick on you, Leslie. Angela said, stick a paintbrush in a hole on the limbs, easier to hold. You've told me that before. I don't have a long enough one here, but that is a good idea. Stick a paintbrush in there, and it makes it a little bit easier to hold. All the little Reborn said, hi Annette, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Thank you again, Julia, for sharing all the links while we're working. Julia is taking notes, as well as Reborn Under the Sun, and is going to work on her baby in the future. If anyone is taking notes and they're going to work on this in the future, please, keep in contact with me. Just because you're not doing the lessons now doesn't mean you can't get your certificate, when you do finish your baby. Okay, so keep in touch, and you can tell me when you're starting babies and that. I would like to know how people are going along the way, so I know what they're doing. That's if you're working with magical realism. But if you're working with other paints, you can still get a certificate of completion for working with the class. So when you get to a leg like this, just go a little bit slow, because the leg's gonna jiggle out all the time. Or use
your white gloves, or Angela had the idea of putting a paintbrush in there, makes it hold stiffer. We might have to do that next week when we're painting.
Yes, because I'm.
Because it's like going to kick you in the face.
I think it's done.
That's pretty good.
Oops. Does that matter that I keep touching it?
No, it's just alright. You've got to get bottled water, yeah? All of the little Reborn said, I have watched all your videos, but life happened to me. Life does happen, mate. I get ya. Jeannie said, I love Annette's teaching style. She's so easygoing. Aw, thank you. Well, there's no use, being... You just got to be real and down to earth, and that's how we all learn, don't we? We don't need any big words or stupid techniques.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Judith said, we're not painting with you, but this is so cool to watch and taking mental notes for future babies. Yes, Judith, you haven't painted a baby yet, have you? Because, this would be something really great for you to do with Jordan. I think she would be a wonderful Reborn artist, and she needs to do it. And it's so fun for you and your daughter to do together, learning something together, and you just have so much fun. Terry said, I'm taking notes and work on mine this week, so I'll be ready for next week. Wonderful. That's good. Hi, Karen. Hello. I'm glad you love doing it, Julia. Okay, these little toes are a bit more difficult because he's got little spread apart toes. But I'm just taking my time and just slowly pouncing on it and just getting in the crease as much as I can. You can wipe over it if you want, and then just pounce afterwards just to make sure it's not all got that white sort of mark on it. Sonia said, oh cool, I'm taking notes too, can't wait to paint my baby, yay! Terry said, I need a bag to store the baby in between painting. Oh yes. Like I said, if you don't have a bag at the moment, don't fret, just get yourself a nice clean pillowcase. You can even go and buy a fresh one if you want. Buy something cute that's got a nice cute scent. Well, actually, no, you shouldn't. We just want a plain white one would be good. Don't want any, dyes leaking onto the vinyl or anything. So plain white one would be best. But yeah, it is good to, protect them during the week that we're not working or during the time that we're not working on them. Another thing too is if you're, so itchy and you've got to move ahead, you could always work on more than one baby. We have a few people working on more than one baby, but you can do that because you've got plenty of time. From week to week, you'll be sitting there going, I just want to paint some more, so working on a second baby will give you a little bit more playtime.
Wow.
And, you'll get through more. Did you nearly kick yourself in the head? Teacups, baby, nearly kicked her in the head. So there we go. We're going well there. All done.
Did you wet the tip when you did the toes?
Yeah, I did.
Can I just squeeze it in there like that?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So I'll just see if anyone's got any other questions. All the little Reborn said, I'm considering the MR paints. Not happy lately with what I'm using. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. A lot of people have been saying that. That's why we came up with the magical realism, because a lot of... It's not necessarily that they weren't necessarily happy with what they were using. They weren't happy with the service and the production of getting it. There was long waits. I mean, sometimes there's short waits between my paints being available, but only short, I have to say. But some of them were having a really long waits to get their paints. You know, I know one company, if you order the paints off them, they make them and they take weeks to make them, and then when they send them out, they take weeks again. So sometimes you can be waiting up to 8 to 10 weeks. And it's just like, I just want to start now. Tina said, I think I'll get out my twin A and paint along. I use Genesis, but the steps will be the same. I'll just bake while you dry. You getting sore arms?
Sore fingers.
Sore fingers. That's just working on those muscles. Oh, yeah, because it's really heavy pulling you back.
Yes.
Tina, I will be working with, I'm not working with the heat set paints, as you know, but I will really be working with all of my heat set paint, you know, viewers. Just like I've been talking about, you know, how to use the matte varnish and that. I'll be talking you through it the best I can as we go through. So even though I say this is a magical realism air dry paint classes, we're going to be making it just as good for you guys working with heat set paints. And like I said, from week to week, you know, even though you'll be behind because you've got to wait for the kit to cool and everything, you'll be able to catch up. Heidi, hi, you know what? I only actually use tap water. Bottled water I do advise, you know, like your little, can you grab me that? Like just grabbing it, using a bottle of water, you know, your fresh spring water and everything. I do advise it, but I've only been using tap water and I haven't had any problems as yet. So if you want to try with your tap water, go ahead. But if you want to have that extra ultra guarantee, just buy a bottle of water like that. Judith, seriously, you and Jordan would have so much fun. And I really think Jordan, I just feel like she's artistic. I think that she'd really get it. So, you know, watch me as you are and, you know, be inspired. And I think it'd be a great thing for you two to get it. I would love to see your channel come to the stages of, you know, her holding her own baby that she's made. And you as well. Teacup's shoulders are starting to hurt her, I think. Good, I'm glad, Judith. Reborn Under the Sun said, is a soft vinyl, and it's a soft vinyl, and I also have a Chinese vinyl doll that I can reborn. Yeah, go with them. I mean, a lot of people are always toy on the whole Chinese vinyl stuff and everything. But if you're working on your first baby, and it's, you know, just, you know, to learn and to practice with, I say go for it, you know. If you're working at selling babies, I think you need to be selling quality reborns. But for something like testing, yeah. Alan said, when I painted Penny, my first baby, for my daughter Nicole, she helped me paint and loved doing it. See? All the little reborns said, I just finished 2. Not happy how one turned out, but we'll probably go over it later. Okay, good. Heidi Hi said, that's cool, Alan. That's so cool. Celia said, can I mix magical realism and miracle blend? I believe you can. Okay, I'm not 100% certain, but from what I know, they're just both air dry paints. You know, they're acrylics. They should have no problems with it. Reborn Under the Sun said, oh my God, Annette, I just removed the limbs from my Chinese vinyl doll and now I'm very excited. Ah, good girl. Using paint from Walmart, that's fine. You know, if that's the way you want to do, you know, to begin your testing and everything, and if it works for you, there's nothing wrong with that. Tina said, I can't wait for mottling. It's definitely my favourite part. It is very cool, isn't it?
Oh, I can wait for that bit.
Teacup's saying she can wait for that bit because she's got to do the torso as well. So.
No, I don't like the look of the...
Oh, she doesn't like the look of the sponges, you know, with all the little spots in it. We'll try to make you pretty sponges. Mm-hmm. All the little reborn said, I use distilled water and my water has too much lime in it. Okay, good point. Very good point. See, my water here is very good. So, but yeah, distilled water is a good option. The better option, realistically. Judith said she's watching and heard you, so thank you for the inspiration. I'm going to definitely look into investing into supplies and we will be watching along with you. Good on you, Judith, and good on you, Jordan. I know you can do it. I can see you smiling at me there, and I'm really proud of you, and I'd be ultra proud to see you make your own baby.
Okay. How do I dry this one?
Okay, just lay it down. She's asking, she's got the full torso. So does the back look a little bit like it's been drying? Look dry to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just put it down on the mat just carefully, and that's all you have to do. And that's it. You're done.
I'm done.
Angela said, I have mixed air dry and it works. Okay, good. Alan said, I missed you saying what babies you and Teacup were doing. Okay, so I'm doing the Chase Kit by Bonnie Brown. So cute. This is actually one of Lorraine's babies. And Teacup is doing Maggie. Do we know who Maggie's by?
No, it doesn't say on the back.
Nah. Sorry, I don't know who it's by. But Maggie, look at her scrunched up face.
I might be able to tell you in a second.
It's kind of cute, really, because I'm doing a boy and you're doing a girl. Trisha said, can you use
Cindy
filtered water?
Musgrave.
Oh, it's by Cindy Musgrave. That's cool. Trisha said, can you use filtered water from the tap? I would say you could. I really would. Nana said, matte varnish is very thick. It is very thick, but if you make sure you pounce it out really, really thin, that's what you need. You just need a really thin layer. Heidi High said, Teacup's going to get big muscles pouncing the entire kit and torso. Yes, she will. Reborn on the Sun said, Annette, I'm over the moon that I actually jump for joy. I can't wait to watch the video again. I'm a slow learner. Well, that's great. That's not great, but anyone that's a slow learner, this is for you too, because during the week between, you can take your time and there's no rush.
You read what all the little Reborn said?
Is it down the bottom?
I don't know, it's halfway up my screen. This one.
I don't think it's come on my screen yet. No. Oh yeah, it's nearly there. Maria said, hi Annette, sorry I'm late. That's okay. How you going? All the little Reborn said, what do you think of the full torso? I have one and I found it felt like a toy doll. So I removed it. Can you get the full one? Well, we'll show you and we'll tell you what we think. Good question. Hi Maria, hope you're doing well. Annie said, I have Chase too and I have Hazel Kit. Not sure when I'll hang them. I thought you were going, Annie. But good to see you still. Julia said, give Annette a like and hit the like button. Thank you, I love the like buttons. Don't forget, like buttons are like my pay. Heidi High said, that's what pause and rewind are for. Okay, so this is what Teacup's baby's going to turn out like. Look how big it is. It is so cute. Really, really cute. And its arm just fell off. So what this will actually have, it'll have the cloth body inside where the limbs will connect. So see how this limbs come off here? The cloth body will be in, it will connect to a cloth body and it'll just sort of sit in there. Now we haven't actually put, this together fully, so we don't know how we're going to like it in the end. But these are great because if you don't want the torso, you can just use the cloth body. So that'll be a bit of a to be continued, but it is quite a lovely one. And they have come such a far way from what they used to be. I never liked full torso babies. I felt that they were really stiff and they weren't nice and soft and movable like we want the Reborns to be. But I'm inclined to think this one will work out quite well. So you can take that baby back. Beautiful though, isn't it? Oh, she just dropped it. But absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Jeannie said, you can boil water into rolling boil for 10 minutes and let it cool. Jeannie, thank you. That's wonderful. That is a great idea to use boiled water. Heidi, hi. I would be suggesting you boil your water and just do it that way. Annie said, I'm visiting, but I will go out and watch TV. Okay. Oh, Mum wanted to visit too. Cool. Doll was too stiff. We'll see how that one goes because, you know, the limbs will be sort of movable because they'll be attached to the cloth body. Maria said, wow, she's big but very cute. I know, right? Sonia said, hi, Annie. Judith said, that's how our baby Bentley is with the cloth body and torso, and he's super cute, super cuddly. I was pleasantly surprised. Thank you so much for telling us that, Judith. That's amazing. So Judith has said she had her baby like that, and she said she was worried about the torso being, you know, stiff, but she said it's actually super cuddly.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
interesting. So that kit is that I just showed was the Maggie by Cindy Musgrove. Angela said it's very hard to put body together, so I've heard. Nah, we got this. You've got to sort of put the body inside the torso, and then put the legs on, and then put the arms on, and then you've got to fill it from the, you know, from the top, and it works out fine. But it's fiddly, you know. Thank you so much, Julia, for sharing my paints again. I appreciate that. Heidi High said, I would think it would be tricky. It's tricky, but it's not too bad. Oh, Tiana's having fudge. Right, that thing. All right, so that's basically us for our first pre-class. The neck is the hard part. Okay. That'll be interesting. Well, yes, one thing is you can all watch along with us because we'll be doing it like on live. So if anyone has any questions about that towards the end. Hi, Mama. And thank you again, Julia, for sharing all my links. I really appreciate that. The link she just shared was actually for my GoFundMe. Now, GoFundMe is just to raise and support, you know, the classes. It's not a guaranteed, you don't have to do it, but if you want to and you feel inspired and you think, oh, Annette, I'm just so thankful, here's $5, it's all going to go back into me doing the classes and helping out more people with classes. You did the Harper kit. That's a beautiful kit. It was the first kit you made. Wow. Heidi said, I better get to cleaning and prepping. Good job. So anyway, if anyone has any questions after the class, you can go to my Facebook page. Now I'll get that up now for anyone who has Facebook. Oh my goodness, I better show that again. Someone's just asked me a question. Where did I find that? How did I do that?
Actually, question on what?
Oh, Facebook. But I just saw this on Instagram. Now this is one of Mateo's last mums, and she's put. She must either be doing. I don't know what she's doing. She speaks in another language, Portuguese. But she might be doing a video on it announcing. She doesn't get Mateo for another 3 years practically, but she's just announced that. And guess what? When Mateo is with her, she's actually going to teach him Portuguese, so he'll be speaking Portuguese. So when he gets home to me, I won't understand the thing he says. So that's just to let you know. Anyway, sidetracked much. So on my Facebook, you can find just exactly the same spelling as here on YouTube, Miracle Babies Nursery. That's the page that is linked to my YouTube. And if you go to events, not like that. You can either scroll down the page or you can actually go to events and you'll find the Reborn painting class with Annette. And if you click on that, that's where I suggest everyone shares their pictures of their babies. You can write something there, and there's the discussion tab there, which is when I, like this morning, just trying to encourage everyone that they've got this. Keep calm and reborn. People are talking to me on there. So Judy Lee said yesterday, I can't wait. Hi, Judy. So just that's where I'll see most of your messages. If you want to be really private about it, I think actually on the actual event page it says, why did it do that? It says, just wants to load. It says message, so you can send me a private message, or you can go back to my Miracle Babies nursery page and send me a message on there. So you don't have to be public about it, okay? Don't be afraid. You don't have to be public. You can keep everything very private. That's if you have any questions. Please share your babies with me. I love seeing them. I'll love seeing them come to be born. And if you don't have Facebook, I have Instagram under the same name, Miracle Babies Nursery, or you can simply email me at Aussie Reborn Supplies as one word at live.com.au. Now I'll write that down. Let me see if I've got something here. Where's my notes, teacup?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got my notes up. So I'll write it for you so you can actually see it. Okay, oh, I've got notes from ages ago. Wow. Yeah, that was a reminder. It's probably about 3 years ago. Okay, that is my email address. If you have any questions and you aren't on Facebook or Instagram, feel free to...
Life by Julie has shared your email.
Ah, you're a dreamboat. You are a dreamboat. Thank you so much.
Nana's Nursery has a question.
Okay. Is that down the bottom?
Yep.
What if the cheek bumps the rack? Reapply? You can if it's still wet. If it bumps it now, like it's all dry, it should be fine. Should be absolutely fine. You can. I wouldn't put it in the bag really now, but it's dry. It should be fine. But if you're a bit unsure about it, just do a quick. We've still got our sponge close by. Look, I could just reapply it. And even with these, some people suggest 1 or 2 layers. I just like to do 1 layer. I'm happy with that. But if you think, I want to add in another layer and do it all again, do it. That's fine. Dina's Reborns is there. Dina, she says good night. I hope you just saw me do that. Dina is one of Mateo's last mums. That's the one from Brazil that I just showed you that's going to be teaching Mateo Portuguese. So I love you, Dina, and hope your husband is there to translate what I'm saying. But very exciting in what you've got to offer. You're just now catching my live cruise. Cool. You can always watch it back. You can message me on Instagram, Riz. That's fine. Hopefully I answered everyone that anyone was asking. Alan said earlier, I'm going to teach Mateo, what is that? Gaelic?
Yeah.
And you'll never understand him now. I don't know how am I going to understand this kid when he comes home. He's going to be saying all these things to me. I'm going to be thinking he's swearing at me all the time. Okay. Dina said, love you too. Oh, she's so sweet. Sonia said, I look forward to next week's live video. And Judith said, we're so looking forward to Mateo over Christmas. Very exciting. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with it now. Don't forget, next week I'll be talking during the week on the events page about the lead up to the classes. You basically just need red and blue. And that's going to be our first painting class. We're going to be hitting the ground running and going with it. So if you have any questions in the meantime, don't forget to message me. But for now, good work, everyone. Give yourself a pat on the back. You all deserve it. You've done really well. And enjoy your week. And I'll see you, for those of you who join me on Friday, I'll see you then. Otherwise, I'll see you all on next Tuesday. Sonia said, bye, Annette, and all the new mummies and daddies. Oh, no. You're welcome, Heidi. Hi. Bye, Tiny Tots. Bye, Maria. Bye for my reborns. Bye, Reborn Under the Sun. Bye, Alan. Bye, Angela. Bye, Leslie, if you're still here. And Anna, Lilas. Bye, Dina. Bye, Teacup. No, you can't go home yet. Bye, Tanya. Bye. Bye under the willow tree. See you next week. You enjoy your week too. Bye, Edie. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. And stay cool. Do well. You're going to do great. Bye, Nana's Nursery. Bye, Nana. Nana Nora. Bye, Riz. Bye, Judith. Bye, Jordan. Bye, Mamal. Bye, Tina. See you guys. Bye, Terry. Oh, question. So is using hate set paints only needed to wash this week, right? Yes. You just have to wash it. But if you do want to do a matte varnish, you can do that as well. It's just like a seal, like start for your paints, but I don't normally use it, so just the wash is fine.